Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Equal before the law, meaning equal protection. To equal, well, you just told me to leave it. I'm telling you why I can't leave.
Curbside, you gotta wear a shirt.
You're not even.
No, that's you. That is yours.
Yeah, and we're within our rights to do that.
My rights don't end where your opinion begins.
It's not an opinion, it's our policy.
Okay?
It's our policy.
Policy's not the law.
You're not allowed to film in here. Turn it off now,
Of course
please.
he can film. What?
Turn it off.
Don't touch me.
Do not film me. I'm working.
God.
Get out.
Guys, I'm gonna
You're gonna get assaulted.
I'm assaulted?
You're just assaulted.
Assault. Call the police.
That's assault.
You just grabbed me.
I did not grab you.
You grabbed me.
I grabbed the phone.
You grabbed me.
I grabbed the phone.
You grabbed me.
Leave her. Let's go.
She lunged at me twice. The first time she did not succeed, but she still hit my arm. The second time she lunged again and she got my hand and she slapped the phone from my hand, fell on the floor, and I grabbed it before she did.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Toronto. And folks, I'm standing outside the Big Carrot health food store. It's a staple of the Danforth community. And I'm with Giovanni and Teresa Perna, mother and son. And they recently went to the Big Carrot. They're loyal shoppers, or they were loyal shoppers here. And wow, just will you hear what happened to them. Okay, so Giovanni and Teresa, thank you for meeting me here outside the Big Carrot. As I mentioned, you have been longtime shoppers going back some 20 years here at the Big Carrot. And you went a few weeks ago, and you didn't really receive a heap and helping of hospitality when you did your shopping, correct?
Correct. We received actually a very big surprise in terms of, I guess, their actions and their behavior. And I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to talk to us. I appreciate that. And everybody listening. I think I just want to let everybody know that our main reason to go there was because, really, out of sheer desperation, because we only shop at the Big Carrot. Truly, in this area. So, and it's something that it's like it's like a lifeline that's cut. You know, when someone tells you can't come in here any longer unless, you wear a mask, we thought, well, there's something, we have to do something. We've got to try.
And that is the crux of the matter. You went, and as I understand it, the Big Carrot used to have a mask optional policy, which isn't against the law. It's actually in compliance with the bylaw. And Teresa, you and Giovanni, you have a mask exemption, and it wasn't being honored, right?
No, it wasn't. At the beginning, it was. Big Carrot did honor our exemptions at the beginning, but as of late February, they changed their policy and said that their policy no longer allows mask exemptions, which I was very perplexed, because how could their policy trump the bylaw, which allows mask exemptions? So,
and you've nailed it. And we have seen by so many responses to our Fight the Fines portal, an increasing number of retailers are saying, the bylaw says we have to accommodate those who have medical mask exemptions. But even when people come to the retailers with a letter from their doctor, which you're not obligated to do, they still say, sorry, corporate policy trumps the bylaw. Teresa, I think a lot of these retailers, they're going to learn the hard way in court that ain't the case.
Exactly. And when I was in there, I spelt it out as best as I could in terms of quoting the bylaw, quoting the charter, quoting the code. And I think it was something that went completely over their heads. They were telling me that they have a letter from the Ministry of Labor. They have to protect themselves. And I was saying, but that's policy. I was saying that's store policy. It's not law, and they were saying, well, we have to take care of ourselves. And I said, what about discrimination against your customers that cannot wear a mask?
Here, folks, check this out. This was the Giovanni and Teresa a few weeks ago at the Big Carrot when they attempted to carry out some shopping. Look at the verbal abuse they endured, and check out how one of the employees inexplicably gets handsy with them.
Mask? You guys need to wear one.
Why is that?
Because it's our policy.
How are you today?
Bylaw says that I can go in without a mask.
We actually had the Ministry of Labor come by and he approved our policy.
The bylaw states that, so you're telling
I
me...
can show you. Hold on.
No, let me speak to you. I don't need to see that.
So we do have
can go
an
in, sir.
approval under the bylaw act here that our measures are satisfied by that. Also, please don't film me
Sure,
Why
sir.
not?
because it's private property. I don't know why you're trying to like
Private
get.
property, you're licensed by the city, open to the
Why are you
public.
trying to like make it
We just
difficult for
wanna
someone who's
shop.
just doing her job?
We just want to shop.
You
Why are
can
making
shop.
it difficult for me?
You can shop. It's perfectly
It's,
up.
I will shop because
You are within our
the bylaw
rights.
says that I can go in.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Why is that?
It's our store policy.
Well, the bylaw says I can come in without a mask.
Well, actually, under Ontario law, we have the right to
No,
refuse
you
to
don't.
access.
No, you don't. That's not my understanding.
That's not the understanding I was.
I'm sorry. Then
I
I'm
am going
gonna
to have
stay
to ask
here.
you to leave, unfortunately, or put on your mask. What
No,
I
we're not leaving.
You will
I'm
not be
shopping.
served at the checkout. So you
Well,
can
I'm
gather
gonna go
your
all over
items.
there and I'm gonna try my luck.
I'm also going to call the police at the moment
That's
too, because
fine.
we're asking you to leave private property.
It's not
and
private
you're
property.
refusing.
You're
This is-
licensed. You're licensed by the city, open to the public.
You're not allowed to film in here. Turn it off now,
Of course
please.
he can
Can
film. What?
Turn it off.
Don't touch
Why?
me.
Do
Don't
not
touch
film
it.
me. I'm
Don't
working.
touch God.
Get out.
Guys, I'm going to
You're
have to
gonna
ask
get
you to leave.
assaulted.
I'm assaulted?
You're just assaulted.
Assault.
I'm.
Call the
but
police.
I'm Read my. Hold
That's
on.
assault.
You just grabbed me.
I did not grab you.
You grabbed me.
me. I grabbed the
Pardon?
phone.
You grabbed me.
I grabbed the phone.
You
Okay,
grabbed me.
Leave her. Let's go. Let's go.
Guys, I'm going to have to see you go. You got to either put on your mask or leave the store.
We're not leaving the store, sir. We just said that.
You can videotape. Go ahead.
Just for
Under the
film.
law. Is it an exemption under the bylaw that says I can enter a store without a mask with a medical exemption? Also under the Human Rights Code, it says that I can get access to entrance.
Yes, but because.
Wait a
just
minute,
because
wait a
you're-
minute,
just
wait a
because you're
minute,
exempt doesn't
wait a
necessarily
minute.
mean that we automatically
Wait a minute.
just.
Also under Section 15 of the Charter, under equality rights, equal before the law, meaning equal protection. To equal, you just told me to leave, and I'm telling you why I can't leave.
Curbside, you got to wear a shirt.
You're not
You,
even.
no, that's you. That is yours.
Yeah, and we're within our rights to do that.
My rights don't end where your opinion begins.
It's not an opinion, it's our policy.
Okay?
It's our policy.
There, it's, policy's not the law.
We have a printout
Okay.
signed by the Ministry of Labor that literally
not the law.
says, establish and adopt a policy to ensure that no member of the public is permitted to enter a store.
Okay.
Now, I'm getting my food. They told me they're not going to serve me. I'm going to try it anyway. So no one is going to cash us out?
That is correct.
Is that right? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
That is correct.
Like you being in here without a mask jeopardizes the health and safety of our staff and
Someone
other
going to
customers.
cash us out.
No, because of the
And why is that?
We've
Why
already
is that?
explained. We've already explained.
Why is that?
We've already explained.
Can you tell me one more time?
No,
Because you are contravening the bylaw.
no, we're not. In fact, the bylaw officer in here
And
like
the
2 days
charter
ago.
and the human rights code.
The bylaw officer was
that
in here
right?
literally 2 days
And
ago
now
and
you are not
approved our
going to cash
policy.
me out.
That is correct.
And you're getting a
Charged with assault.
I already called the police on you.
It
Good.
doesn't matter.
I'm gonna call the police too.
We didn't break a law.
I didn't touch you.
You did touch me. You did touch me, my dear. You did. You touched me.
Okay, let's go.
You grabbed the phone from my hand. That's assault.
So, Giovanni, the particular part of that video that I found really kind of disturbing is the female clerk trying to grab the phone out of your hands. I guess it was an attempted theft. You had told me off camera she actually made contact with your arms, which is technically assault. What was she trying to do?
I have no. Well, I can only suspect what she was trying to do, but I think she's unhinged, that woman. But she basically tried to confiscate my phone, grab the phone from my hand, literally grab it from my hand, which, as far as I know, if you touch somebody, that's assault.
Right.
So I was, like I said, I was taken aback. She lunged at me twice. The first time she did not succeed, but she still hit my arm. The second time she lunged again and she got my hand and she slapped the phone from my hand, fell on the floor, and I grabbed it before she did.
And what I find incredible too is the fact that this being a health food store, I've come across many, including the one I shop at in Richmond Hill, And no mask, no problem is their policy. And that used to be the policy here. And I guess there's some COVID Karens who are part of their customer base and even their staff, including probably that woman that was getting handsy with you. And did you find that funny that a store that's all about, wellness and wholesomeness,
Community.
etc.,
Yes,
would be
yes,
so,
yes.
Draconian in this mask policy?
Yes. That was what astounded me, and that's what I wanted to, I think, address more than anything, because I did email the store many, many times when they changed their policy, and they totally ignored me. So so it's not that I just attempted that day, or we attempted. We did that out of sheer, we were just desperate. They were ignoring us, telling us we don't want to negotiate. This is it. This is all we want. So what you're saying is absolutely right. This is a store that is supposed to embody community and a holistic way of life, of acceptance, of inclusiveness. Right. And what they did was totally against everything they stand for, and yet they didn't even rightfully defend it in any way.
And Teresa, in the aftermath, have they reached out to you, maybe to make amends, an apology, anything like that?
Let me tell you, I reached out to them 2 or 3 times after the assault, and I told them this is what happened, and I cannot believe that you're ignoring me. I had to email at least 3 or 4 times, and I said, this is serious. I suppose you don't take this seriously. No, we do. This is when she answered. She said, yes, we do take it seriously, but now we're looking into it. I haven't heard from her.
Wow. And Giovanni, I guess in the aftermath, well, one thing we know for certain, you are no longer loyal customers of the Big Carrot, and thank goodness they don't have a monopoly on vitamins and whatnot.
Yes.
And I mean, I think we chatted about this off camera. Are you now looking at either legal action or filing a complaint with the Ontario Human Rights Tribunal?
Absolutely. We are looking at legal action. We are also going to file a complaint with Human Rights. And assault charges are forthcoming. Okay. So we're gonna prosecute them to the full extent of the law.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what, folks? If you can hang with us here, my cameraman Sid and I will go up to the entrance and try to get their side of the story. I was unsuccessful in getting that side of the story via email. They weren't interested in participating. But the key question is, why did they think that the Big Carrot corporate policy trumps the actual bylaw? So maybe we'll have better luck. Thank you.
You're not allowed to be in
Oh, I'm not allowed to be
Sorry,
here.
can you please step back?
Sorry, who are you then?
Step back, please.
Oh, are you really that afraid?
We're not trying to say anything. Step back.
Oh, ma'am, just a quick question. Why do you think your policy trumps the rule of the land? Sorry, who are you? And who are you, sir? Oh, nothing there. All right then. Well, they fortified the entrance with a security guard, which is really kind of odd, because I'm only trying to find out why it is that they think that their policy trumps bylaw. Actually, this guy has a Big Carrot jacket on. Hey, sir, hi, do you work at the Big Carrot?
No, I don't. Okay, I'm just the Carrot Common property manager.
Oh, okay then. So what is Carrot Common? It's like a little...
It's these 2 buildings. Yeah, we just
Okay.
property managers.
Okay then. All right then. And do you know who this individual is with the ball cap here, standing outside the Big Carrot?
I don't work for Carrot. I don't know.
Is it security? Oh, okay.
Loss prevention.
Loss prevention. Okay then. All right then. Well, we'll. By the way, ma'am, can I see your security license? You're obligated to give that. Hey, ma'am, can you tell me why you think that the policy of the Big Carrot actually trumps the local bylaw? It's very odd. Is that new, the security presence here?
It's on and off that I've seen the security presence, but not that particular security person. I haven't seen her. But even as you, as we call like freedom of speech, freedom of press, you're just going and asking a question, and they're not even giving you the time of day to even respond. I mean, I'm just a simple response, and how can that be viewed by people as being I don't know now what democratic is these days, but I mean it's democratic, honestly, and that viewed by their customers that's the right way to behave.
Oh, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, what's your name?
My name's David Menzies. I'm with Rebel News. And what's your name, sir?
Tom Walsh.
Tom Walsh. Tom, I'm just wondering, we tried to get the Big Carrot to come on record and come on camera, rather, and explain their policy. They've put in a policy that trumps the municipal bylaw.
Trump, that's all.
Oh, did I trigger you with the word Trump?
No, I think you triggered yourself.
Well, I didn't mean the ex-U.S. president. I meant the generic word. But in any regard, sir, it's they are now saying whether or not you have a medical exemption to wearing a mask, it doesn't matter. You have to wear a mask. The bylaw says quite a different thing, that you have to honor a medical exemption if you don't have to wear a mask. Now, these two lovely people, that's Teresa and Giovanni,
Hi, pleased to meet you.
they were treated very harshly. Giovanni was even assaulted. An employee tried to steal his phone. It's all on video. I'm just wondering, if you're the property manager here, does that have your good housekeeping seal of approval that a business here at Carrot Common can indeed operate outside the bounds of the municipal bylaw?
What I can tell you, James,
David.
David, what I can tell you, David, is that we've had a complaint from the Big Carrot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that you're trespassing.
Here on this is...
Yeah, this is private property.
Oh, this sidewalk is private property.
Yeah, it's a courtyard.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'd like to ask you, here's my card.
Okay,
If you have
then.
any doubts, is to go to the sidewalk and carry on your campaign there.
Oh, okay then. Fair enough. We will acquiesce to your demand, Thomas. But can you answer that question? Clearly, they won't answer the question. By the way, I don't know if that's a real security guard.
Come on, we'll have
Oh,
a
sure,
video.
absolutely, Thomas. Since you are indeed the property manager, does that have your blessing with the merchants here at Carrot Common that they can break the law?
Yeah. I inquired with the Big Carrot about their policy, and they say they've consulted with a lawyer and that they're within their legal right, and that if someone wants to shop there, like yourselves, and are unable to, then because you don't want to wear a mask to go in, that they offer a curbside service and also delivery service. And they're more than willing to attend you, and anything you want to buy, you can see on their online service, and they'll respond that way.
Well,
so
you
they
know,
feel they're in their legal right.
it might be a difference of opinion. We have had our lawyers go through literally hundreds of municipal bylaws Canada-wide due to the virus situation, and they have told us that if you have an exemption, you are allowed to shop in the store, and that includes the City of Toronto, sir. And also, you don't even have to prove your exemption. I mean, even though some people do show a letter from their doctor, but we have on record so many merchants saying, sorry, our corporate policy trumps the law. So I think maybe what has to happen, they're saying they're in the right. Our lawyer is saying, no, they're not in the right. I guess we have to test this in a courtroom.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Okay, then. All right. Well, Tom, I want to thank you very much for coming on camera like a gentleman and not slamming a door in my face. And I guess, like I said, at the end of the day, this is probably something to be decided either in a court of law or an Ontario Human Rights Tribunal.
It sounds like it.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
All right. But I'll tell you one thing. If Giovanni and Teresa are going to go to a court of law, or if they're going to go to an Ontario Human Rights Tribunal, they can't play that nonsense in those courtrooms. I'm going to enjoy having to see them literally tell it to the judge. Now, I should make mention that my colleague, Andrew Chapados, did make mention of the incident involving Giovanni and his mother at the Big Carrot. And shortly thereafter, a letter arrived at our office from Stringer LLP, the law firm that represents the Big Carrot. And this is the crux of their argument. Quote, Giovanni and his mother were not attacked. As the video shows, he was waving his camera in the face of the store employee in an aggressive manner. She pushed his phone out of her face. This is not an attack. Apparently, Giovanni called the police and tried to have assault charges laid. The police have investigated and found no basis to bring assault charges, end quote. Well, we will leave it to you, the viewer, to decide if indeed Giovanni was waving his phone in an aggressive manner to the Big Carrot employee. Furthermore, the letter goes on to note that the Big Carrot is demanding an apology published on Rebel News and the video in question be removed from Rebel News' website immediately. Otherwise, the Big Carrot is prepared to commence a legal action against you and Rebel News for defamation. Well, should the Big Carrot's legal firm go through with that threat? As the saying goes, see you in court. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Folks, have you been given one of those Wuhan virus $880 tickets? Well, if so, please go to fightthefines.com. That's fightthefines.com. Tell us your story, and if we think it has merit, we'll put you in touch with a top-notch criminal lawyer and crowdfund your legal fees.